What's up, guys? This is Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our Week 9 match of the UPBA. We were taking on my good friend Kade and the Jake Stallers. Kade's got a very scary team, and he's not named the Jake Stallers for nothing. His team is Zygarde 50%, Necrozma, Arcanine, Decidueye, Pangoro, Cryogonal, Clefable, Alamamola, Alolan Raichu, Licky, and Mega Aggron. My team has serious issues hitting Mega Aggron, so this is not going to be good. Worthy to note that Week 8 was the end of free agency, so Kade did make his transactions. He dropped Mandibuzz for Necrozma, Machamp for Pangoro, and Ambipom for Licky, and then we ended up dropping Virizion for Ambipom with our last free agent transaction. We're not bringing Ambipom. We're not bringing Ambipom this week. All 6 of the mons that he brought, I was expecting. He didn't bring Arcanine or Alolan Raichu, which were the other 2 things I was maybe expecting. His only Z user that he brought is Zygarde 50%, and it can be any Z move, but because he didn't bring Arcanine and Alolan Raichu, I know that's the only thing that can have a Z move. His team is pretty slow looking at it, like Zygarde is the fastest thing there. He's got 2 Wish Passers potentially. I'm expecting Clefable to be unaware rather than Magic Guard because I have a lot of setup on my team. Things like Infernape can set up, Registeel, Curse setup. I don't necessarily know if he was expecting that necessarily. Nasty Bat, Mimikyu sets up, Mega Absol sets up, so it's really more worth his time to bring Unaware on Clefable. Necrozma is a threat. I hate that thing with a passion. It can just run so many stupid sets, and it's also really bulky, which I don't like. Pangoro, I'm expecting to be banded. Aloe is usually pretty standard physically defensive, and because Aloe is physically defensive, I'm expecting Mega Aggron to be specially defensive, which means a +2 Z close combat will kill it. So we have to play around that. If you haven't seen my team builder, you should go check it out, but I'll just recap it real quick here. We're running Babiri Kyurem-Black, but I'm hoping we can bluff that we're Scarfed because we won't have the Life Orb recoil going off. We're Phytanium Z, SD3 attack. Infernape, we're Fizdef, Suicune, we are Spidef, Registeel with a little bit of tech there to deal with his team a little bit better. We are SD, Baton Pass, 2 attack Mega Absol, and we're Life Orb 4 attack Heliolisk. The fact that he brought Zygarde means that I can't just Volt Switch around freely, so I'm not going to lead with the Heliolisk. I instead decide to lead with my Mega Absol because I can do whatever I want and I can pressure him from not setting up Stealth Rocks with Necrozma. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lead with Mega Absol here, and he's going to lead Necrozma, which is what I was expecting. To get a big knockoff off there, and we see that he's completely Fizdef, and he does show off the Brick Break, which does quite a bit of damage. I wasn't necessarily expecting Brick Break. I think it's really cool tech, especially because I have 2 Dark types and a Normal type. Mimikyu kind of just beat this thing, to be completely honest, though, and the issue I was running into is that Mimikyu couldn't set up enough to beat his team outright. So I didn't bring it, but based on the set that he brought on Necrozma, it looks like Mimikyu beats that. The only thing I have to be worried about is a banded Bullet Punch from Pangoro with Mimikyu, and Mega Aggron is obviously a problem too. So because he shows off the Brick Break here, I'm just going to click Baton Pass because I know another knockoff won't kill him unless I crit, so I'm going to Baton Pass, and I'm going to go into my Infernape, and now I'm going to set up a Swords Dance in his face. And he's going to Brick Break me, get me a little low, and then I'm going to Flare Blitz, do not enough damage. I thought that was going to do a lot more, and Psyshock's going to take out my Infernape. So, like, turn 4, there goes my check to Mega Aggron, which is a little bit silly, but, you know, there you go. At this point, Ice Beam will kill this Necrozma, so he is just going to switch out, I believe, into Pangoro? He's switching, and he switches into Pangoro, yep. And I'm going to get a crit Ice Beam here, which is really nice for me, because that means the next Ice Beam on the Pangoro will kill it. So I'm just going to go for it, and it does quite a bit of damage. Well, it crits again on the Alamamola. I got pretty lucky with the crits there. I'm going into Registeel, as he's going to Wish, and I believe he's just going to Wish Pass back into his Pangoro. Yep, he is. As I'm going to set up my Stealth Rocks. And now I'm going to stay in here and go for Toxic, and I believe I miss. Yeah, I missed the Toxic, which is really unfortunate because that would have put his Pangoro on a timer, regardless of the Wish passing and the Drain Punching shenanigans. because Suicune can wall this thing, and once it's toxic, then he can't do anything. So I'm just going to switch out into Suicune here, and I'm can't really remember what I go for here. I think I might go for the Toxic. I do go for the Toxic again. I want to put him on a timer, so I go for the Toxic, and luckily it's Clefable. We see him switching in on Rocks means that he's not Magic Guard and that he is unaware because he took the Rocks damage there. So that's really good for me, because now I can go to Registeel here. He actually does get a Calm Mind up, but with the Toxic damage racking up as well, I'm free to click Explosion, which is what I wanted to do. I don't care if this thing is Babiri Berry, which Kade told me after the match it is Babiri Berry. I'm going to click Explosion and kill this thing. That's kind of what Registeel's job was. Registeel's job was to wall the Clefable. And it has done that because this Clefable is about to die. Flamethrower does not take me out because I'm fully specially defensive. We get the crit on the explosion, another crit, which does matter because the Toxic takes it out. He's going to go into Aggron, I'm going to go into Mega Absol. If he chooses to not kill me here, then I'm getting up a Swords Dance and passing it into my Kyurem-Black, which at that point Iron Head would do quite a bit of damage. So I'm going to click SD, and he's just going to choose to kill me with the Heavy Slam here because I literally can't touch him. I had nothing to hit him with. Now I'm going to bring out Kyurem-Black here and threaten him out with the Earth Power. It does go through Filter, and I'm going to take out the Necrozma here with the Earth Power. He's going to go into Pangoro. I have to now switch, and I'm going to go into my Suicune because I'm pretty high on health with Suicune. He's going to knock off my leftovers, which is actually fairly reasonably decent for me. I'm going to click Scald to try and get a burn on that thing because that would be nice. It does quite a bit of damage to the Aloe. We can see that it's definitely physically defensive Aloe. Get the Toxic off on the Aloe. He's going to knock off because that's pretty much the only thing he can hit me with. I think I go for Scald here, yeah. And I believe he's just going to click... okay, so he clicked Toxic here. Then I click Scald again because this is going to do the most damage. And once he puts a Wish up, then I'm going to click Roar so that he's not going to get the Wish on the thing that he wants. He's trying to Wish Pass into Pangoro here, but I'm clicking Roar, and it's going to put him into his Zygarde, which is pretty much the best case scenario for me. I don't care that Zygarde's at full health after the Wish and that my Suicune is now dead, because Kyurem-Black comes in and it claims a kill. It claims a kill. He's going into Aloe here to tank the Ice Beam, but I've still baited. I haven't revealed anything yet, and he still thinks I'm Scarfed, so an Earth Power is going to kill this thing. And now we show that we're not Scarfed and that we're something else. Pangoro here is pretty much just going to clean up the game, though. Banded Drain Punch kills both of my Mons. I was expecting him to go for Bullet Punch there. But Banded Drain Punch kills Heliolisk, and then it's going to kill Kyurem-Black as well. So we get 3 out after I try and Iron Head flinch this thing to death, and I'm unsuccessful. Not the worst, to be completely honest. It could have been a lot worse for us, and we took down most of his walls, but Pangoro proved to be too much of a threat. We didn't bring any fairy coverage for it, and that ended up costing us the game, to be completely honest. Mimikyu would have been really good against Pangoro, but like I said before, Mimikyu kind of failed and struggled against a lot of his team, although he actually did build a team that was relatively weak to Mimikyu. Necrozma and Pangoro both would have been shut down by Mimikyu, and unfortunately I just chose not to bring it. So yeah, that's that. Next week we take on Byron and the Pittsburgh Regesteelers. We're actually going to play that match tomorrow, so should be some videos going up tomorrow right before I catch a bus back home. So yeah, that's kind of cool. And I'll see you guys for our Week 10 team builder against Byron.